Happy Beltane, and welcome back to the Confident Witch podcast. Today's episode is called In Death is Life. And that's with all due credit, of course, to Wendy Rule, as it is her voice that gets stuck in my head repeating those words now. Thank you very much. We are nearing the end of the runic fortnight of Eihwaz on the Wheel of the Year. And Eihwaz is the yew tree, the great tree Yggdrasil, which is the axis of the 9 worlds, the living gate between life and death. And today I want to talk to you about death, something most of us are taught to fear. Not just death itself, the big scary capital D, but also all the little deaths that lead up to it. The endings, the failures, and the transformations that rip us apart before they stitch us back together. Ask any tarot card reader, and you'll hear about how the death card isn't really death at all, or at least not literal death. It's symbolic, right? Or is it? Not just going to tell you a story. Today, I also am going to give you a practice, something real that you can use whenever you're standing on a threshold and feeling caught between the death of what was and the birth of what could be. Because death isn't just the opposite of life. It is the essential gateway for life to begin again. I've mentioned before how this year I feel like I've been living through these rebirth and death and life themes of Eihwaz, even more so than most winters. Coming through the last winter with my body and my health and my very sense of safety around here feeling shattered at times. And there were moments where I felt like everything I had built was crumbling. My body was crumbling and my sense of stability was spinning away. And it wasn't just physical. It felt like sinking underground, sinking down into those deep, dark layers where the old fears and the old wounds go to fester if we don't face them. And yet, as the spring opened up outside my window, something began stirring in me, too. And I realized that I wasn't gone, I wasn't broken. I'd been composting. I was germinating. I might have been broken down, yes, but it was the first step to rebuilding back stronger. Eihwaz is the yew tree, as I said. And the yew tree teaches a strange kind of immortality. The yew doesn't really live forever, not like we usually think of it. They are reborn from themselves, more like a phoenix. See, the yew, like most trees, will just keep going and going, and eventually it'll collapse under its own weight. But what the yew does is when that happens, it splits, and it hollows out from the center, and it looks like it's dying. It rots through the core. It collapses. But then new shoots come up from those roots. So it's still thriving and still growing and still blooming, even after what looks very much like death. What looks like destruction isn't failure, or at least it's not complete and total failure. It's a pivot point. It's the system adapting, evolving, and recreating itself. This isn't just true for yew trees. It's true for us, too, in our lives. When we let go of who we were, an identity, roles, jobs, even, or maybe most importantly here, the survival strategies that we cling to for protection and security. When we can let go of those things, we make space for something deeper to emerge, something rooted and resilient. And often it is way more beautiful than we even dared to hope for. So I'm sure you're asking, how do we actually do this? How do we move from clinging desperately to what was into accepting the death of what was and then nurturing the life that follows? So I'm going to share with you a really simple practice, and I'm going to call this the Composting Ritual. Now, you don't need anything fancy, just yourself in a quiet moment. And if you can get a hold of it, a small stone or a leaf or even a handful of dirt. Now, here's how it goes. The first step is to find the physical thing that's going to be the focus point of the spell. And this is the thing that's going to symbolize your death and rebirth. And this could be almost anything. It could be a stone, it could be a leaf, it Could be a piece of bark, something that has been shaped by time already. And ideally, it's something natural. We're witches. We like to work with the earth. But man-made objects can work just fine for magic. And ultimately, everything gets composted by the earth, even plastic, if you wait long enough and take it deep enough. So, you're going to take our item, whatever it is, and hold it. Hold it in your hands. And really feel it. Run your hands over it and feel the texture. Feel the weight in your hands. Bring it to your lips. Take a sniff. Explore it with all of your senses. And don't laugh. Your blind friends are already a step ahead of you here. Promise. When you really feel like you know it and you're ready, name your magical item, aloud or in your head, with the name of what is dying in you, what you are leaving behind. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's an old dream, a goal that you're having to leave behind. Maybe it's another version of yourself that you've outgrown. Whatever it is, now that you've named it, as you hold your dying thing in your hand, I want you to breathe deep into your roots, deep into your body. Breathe and feel your rib cage expand and feel the earth beneath you. Feel the air around you. And as you breathe out, let that dying part of you go with your breath and into your object, your focus object. Let that part of you know that it's okay to go. It served you, and it's an old friend. But it doesn't have to be the enemy anymore. And it doesn't have to be afraid of what's to come. So you've placed the death into your object. And now place your object back into the ground like a seed and cover it. Get a little dirt or mulch on it. Or if all you've got is a leaf or some grass, but whatever you do, cover it up gently, because you're not creating a grave. You're creating a womb. And speak to it now. Something simple. You could say, in death is life. I release the old to make space for the new. Sit with it for a moment longer and let yourself really feel the relief of letting go of that burden. And if it brings up grief, that's okay. It's part of the process. If it brings up joy, that's okay too. Whenever you're ready, step away from where you've left your thing and move forward into your new life. That's it. We live in a culture that loves to pretend that death doesn't happen. We're told to get over it, move on, bounce back. We don't get a chance to honor the endings and the little deaths in our life the way they deserve. But nature doesn't erase death like that. Nature composts her dead. She recycles it. The fallen leaf feeds the root. The hollowed tree shelters new life. You don't have to deny who you've been, and you don't have to fix what broke. Sometimes amends are necessary, but you can honor your past and still grow something new and stronger from it. Wherever you are today, whatever you're doing, whether you're celebrating growth, mourning a loss, remember, you are a living, breathing act of resilience. You are that new green shoot peeking out from ancient roots. You are more alive than you know. So stay magical, stay confident, compost what you must, and bloom brighter for it. And I'll see you next time. Happy Beltane.